What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Magne F. That's right, we're going back to his 2004 album, Past Perfect Future Tense. I did want to mention this is a sort of, other deep dive night, meaning there won't be any proper Aha reaction or Duran or some of the ones that I call the usual suspects. But given that I hadn't gone back to Magne's solo album in maybe a week or more, I felt like it qualified to sort of do on a, sort of other deep dive night. But we'll be back at it, maybe not tomorrow. I'm going to be very busy tomorrow as well. But ultimately, sometime this weekend, if not, Friday night, meaning Saturday morning, we'll get back to the regular service of Aha and some of the other usual suspects. In any case, we are, as I said, back to the 2004 album, Past Perfect Future Tense. Just again to mention, past perfect tense, I'm an editor. These are phrases that I'm using all the time, and it's a phrase or a tense that refers to something which occurred over a period of time up until a later time in the past and ended. So everything you're referring to in the past or is in the past, but it wasn't incidental. It was a span, it was a process, it was a period of time that began and ended while still in the past, as opposed to present perfect tense, which is something that began in the past and leads up into the present day. Like, oh, they've been exporting that product for decades now. That's present perfect tense, whereas, he was bringing his food to this market for years, but eventually stopped. Like, that's past perfect tense. So, yeah, I think about these things in relation to the title, and indeed, we are up to the title track. So I feel like it doesn't hurt to have a sort of quick thought about this again. And like I said, it makes me think about something, a song or a sentiment that is both backward looking and forward. Maybe the idea of putting something that happened or something that was experienced, positive, negative, maybe both, putting that to rest and moving on to future tense. The idea of turning to look forward to the horizon, toward the future of your life, and as of yet unknown possibilities and experiences, rather than those which maybe are rewarding, maybe they have some positive aspects, but in the end we can't spend our whole lives gazing backward. We do have to continue moving forward. So when I think of the larger phrase past perfect future tense, it makes me think of that. Perfect also, it might not just be the grammatical thing. It might relate to things happened as they did, and for what, better or worse, it was perfect in the sense that that's why we're here now and we will continue to go forward. So let's find out. This is Magne F. The tune is Past Perfect Future Tense, and it's from the album of the same name, 2004.
Tell me a story of how it began, and show me the point of departure. There was a road we could have gone down to avoid recent disaster. I remember so well what you said to me. We are who we were, always going to be. We were always going to be who we are, you and me. I understand the words, they just make no sense in a past perfect future tense.
That's genius songwriting. I love that.
Show me the place where things fell apart, and hand me a map of our actions. Give me a clue whereabout I should start recording holy transactions. I remember so well what you said to me. We are who we were, always going to be. We were always going to be who we are, don't you see? I know these words, they just make no sense in past perfect future tense. So well, you set me free. We are makes much more sense. And past perfect, future tense. Well, it's hard to explain, but it makes much more sense. And past perfect,
The distinction
future
between
tense.
emotional understanding and logical understanding. There's overlap, but also difference. What a beautiful tune, and I 100% understand the idea of using that as the concept for the title of the album. Yeah, that was really touching. I think very, very well written. And again, his voice is different than Morton's, but ultimately I enjoy the way there's a bit more vulnerability, as I think people commented very early on, one of the Aha songs where he was on the Vox, if you will. But yeah, I like it. There was some desperation or like sort of, like a strain in a couple moments, and it felt like that was indicative of like, I hear what you're saying, I know what the words mean semantically, but I don't get it. I still I can't understand, given this timeline, given this framework of what's happened and where we might be going. And by the end, it's sort of, he comes to an emotional, psychological understanding, even if it's not entirely logical, and he can't really explain it if someone were to ask him to write it down. So really cool tune. Love that. Do let me know if you agree. I will see you next time. Peace.